In the coming days, weeks, and months, investigators will surely be digging into the helicopter company that is at the center of this tragedy.
Now, Eyewitness News has found the company has a fairly strong safety record with just 2 NTSB reports over 30 years of operation.
The most recent incident dates back to 2015 when a helicopter made a hard landing. It was previously owned by a foreign company and had a part on it that had been incorrectly repaired. Now, after taking off the paint on that chopper, investigators found a red X on the part, which in aviation means do not use.
Before that, in 2013, the chopper made an emergency water landing, but in this case, the floats inflated and everyone on board was okay. Eyewitness News investigator Dan Krauth spoke to the pilot involved in that case, joining us now with that as well as more on the investigation.
Yeah, this pilot was flying for the same company in the same type of helicopter and in virtually the same location. In those 2 previous safety incidents, there's one thing in common: mechanical issues. Federal investigators are working right now to find out what caused yesterday's chopper to break apart in mid-air.
Eyewitness News cameras were rolling back in June of 2013 when a family of 4 from Sweden remarkably walked to safety after the tour helicopter they were riding in made an emergency landing on the Hudson River.
And we both realized, uh-oh, this guy's in trouble.
It was coming in fast, lower, lower, lower.
It was the same model aircraft that was involved in yesterday's crash, operated by the same tour company. Officials attributed the family's survival to the quick thinking of the pilot, who was just 23 years old at the time.
Had it been the same situation, I wouldn't have survived my incident.
Pilot Mike Campbell has since moved upstate, but he was shocked to see Thursday's crash play out in the same river.
It's a fluke. It's an anomaly. I've never seen it in my experience. Sometimes you never even see them come apart after an aircraft lands and say they have dynamic roll-up.
The federal report shows the cause of the crash was improper maintenance of a high oil pressure problem on the chopper.
Even though you do your pre-flight inspection and you're looking at the aircraft, I can't see inside of a gearbox, neither can any other pilot. You can't see, you can't see structures in the metal.
The same tour company had one other incident 2 years later that didn't get as much publicity. A federal report shows a different pilot made a hard landing in New Jersey after losing control. It was due to the deliberate concealment and reuse of an unairworthy tail rotor drive shaft by unknown personnel.
That amount of time frame, no, it's not reflective of any poor maintenance.
Aviation expert J.P. Tristani says 2 accidents in 30 years is not a cause for concern, but says yesterday's crash was unprecedented. The blades and the metal it's connected to detaching in midair.
This is a one-time event in my experience.
Now federal investigators are on scene trying to figure out what went wrong.
I know that they'll figure out the root cause, but in my experience dealing with the organization, I never had any doubts about the maintenance with New York helicopters. We always, everything was always on point when I was there.
There are different safety inspections for different helicopters based on who and what they're carrying. The NTSB has had a long history of concerns that they don't all have the same maintenance and operational requirements. And the aviation experts I spoke with said if you're the federal investigators right now, the one thing you're looking for are the rotors and also the blades.
Yes.
Because they want to see how they were detached or became detached from their airplane with the Hudson River. Those currents are swift.
Yep,
Yeah.
divers in the water right now.
Yes.
I bet they'll find it, though. All right, thank you, Dan.